Okay, two mental barriers you have to get over if you want to achieve anything meaningful. Number one, expecting maximum results from a minimal effort. That's a huge mistake. I'm going to come back and talk a little bit more about that. The other one is wishing things were easier, complaining when problems come your way. You decide you want to do something meaningful, and what happens? Life happens. Obstacles start happening. Maybe you're on your way somewhere to pick up something. You get a flat tire. Now you have to deal with that. So you go, why isn't it easier? Maybe if it's meant to be, it should be easier. That's a big fallacy, and that's a big one that holds people back. In fact, many people quit because of that. They deal with one too many obstacles and they go, this is just not meant to be. And those obstacles are tests. Those obstacles are tests to see what your resolve is. Are you here to fucking play, motherfucker? Are you ready to get in the arena and take the goddamn hits? Or are you gonna cave like a little bitch and go back to whatever else you were doing? So you should look at those obstacles as opportunities like, I'm fucking here, come at me. You come at me with everything you got. I'll take every fucking hit. Anything that gets in my way, I'm gonna blast right through that bitch and go get to where I wanna go. That's what you should have. That's the attitude when obstacles come your way. You should be good. Come my way, obstacles. When I lift weights and it's difficult, I don't complain about that. Oh, it should be easier. No, fine, it's difficult. I'm gonna push through it. All right, let's get back to this minimum effort and then hoping for a maximum return. I guess it's just a fancy way of saying laziness, but I think it's more than that. People are always looking for clever ways to avoid the hard work. Maybe I need to go take a seminar on marketing. I need to go to Tony Robbins' event and unleash the warrior or unleash the giant within. Maybe if I walk on fucking hot coals, then I'll be ready to achieve what I want to achieve. So we're always trying to distract ourselves from what we actually need to do. In fact, one of the biggest reasons why people don't succeed is procrastination. Anytime you say to yourself, I'll get started tomorrow, that's very perilous. That's a very tenuous path that is generally not going to lead to anywhere you want to go. You have to be really cautious of that. Hard work is not enough though. We always hear that. You got to work hard. You want to get anything in life, you got to work hard. It's like, yeah, no shit, sure. Like you don't think, everybody knows you need to work hard to achieve anything meaningful. And if you don't, then you're just a dumb, delusional idiot and you're not going to be here watching this or be privy to anyone's advice. So hard work is essential, but you also have to have strategy. You have to look at, okay, it's not the path of least resistance that you should be looking for. It's the path of most persistence. And that ties into the second point. When you're on the path of most persistence, that means you're on a path that's actually meaningful for you. When you're always looking for the path of least resistance, that's usually because it's not something you want to do, so you're looking for the easiest way to get it done. And we all deal with paths of least resistance. There's things we don't want to do, so we go, how do I make this as easy as possible so that I don't have to waste any energy on it? That's actually a good thing. But you don't want to apply that when it's something meaningful. You have to be prepared for that path of most persistence, that path of being tested with obstacles. You're going to be challenged along the way. It's never going to get easier. Once you get into being an entrepreneur and you achieve a few things, you think, okay, it's going to be easy from now on. No, it's definitely, I should say it's going to be a little bit easier because you have more confidence and you have a track record of success. But there's always going to be new problems, new challenges that come along the way. You can't just expect to read every book out there on a topic and say, okay, I'm prepared now. I remember when I was finishing up my religious studies degree, I focused on Eastern philosophy. And I really felt that I had developed a philosophy that would guide me through the rest of my life. I go, I'm not going to make all these mistakes I see people making because I know better from all these spiritual books I have read. Boy, was I delusional. Once you get into the real world, all that stuff goes right out the window. Now you're in survival mode. Now you're trying to figure out what you're gonna do with your life, how you're gonna pay your bills, how you're gonna be independent. You get stuck in the material world of I have to be successful, and you're pulled in all these different paths. So what I'm saying is you can't avoid learning from your own experiences. We always want to learn from other people's experiences, and that's a good thing. We should learn from other people's experiences, but don't think for a second that that's going to take the place of learning from your own experiences. Sometimes you're going to read about someone that made a mistake that you never think you're going to make, and then you make the same exact mistake 2 years later. You didn't learn from that person's experience because you needed to experience something like that yourself to learn from that. Life's about your own experiences. Life's not about living vicariously, learning from other people's experiences only. You have to get out there in the arena and take the hits. It's not not everything is going to go well for you, and not everything should go well for you. That's just not the way things work. You don't grow when you're comfortable. You don't grow when everything is going well. You grow when you face adversity. I mean, the last year of this pandemic, I actually had a really good year business-wise, and it's because I stepped up my game. I rose to the occasion. I go, okay, there's a lot of chaos in the world right now, so I need to make sure that people know I'm around, putting out more content than ever for free, so that I'm in their minds and they want to come support my business. Things that are useful. I'm going to give you free content that's useful to you, and then you're going to want to support my business. That's working smart. It takes hard work to develop really good content, but once it's developed, it pays off dividends. I have articles I've written 10 years ago that I still get new followers or new customers from that. I mean, ages ago. I'm talking way more than 10 years ago. So don't expect a maximum return with a minimum effort, but also don't expect hard work to be enough. And thinking that once you've decided to follow your bliss, now the yellow brick road should open up and take you to nirvana, you're going to be really disappointed with that outlook. In fact, you're probably going to have to work harder than you've ever worked in your life when you're actually pursuing something that you want. But the difference is it's work you want to do. When you're doing work that you hate, that's hard work. When you're doing work that you love to do, that's also hard work. But it's work that you want to do, and that makes all the difference.